Hello, welcome to the Antisocial Club. I'm Diamond Alexis. Today we're going to be making charms. I'm going to do a lip gloss charm actually because I saw this on Pinterest. Um, so first you're going to take your lip gloss and you're going to poke a hole. If you're not doing a lip gloss, you know, obviously skip this part. But I'm making a lip gloss charm. I actually did this to all my lip glosses because now I'm obsessed. You're gonna take these. Everything will be linked down below. I don't even know what these are called, but they'll be linked down below. And we're actually gonna make the hole bigger because the safety pin was not big enough for the whatever that thing is called, the little ring. So I got my nail scissors that I use for my crafts. I keep in my crochet bag. I used that to make the hole bigger and it worked. So just do that. And I got all my charms that I have from Hobby Lobby. Um, so yeah, I don't know if they have them online, but I got mine from Hobby Lobby in the actual store. So do with the information what you will. But they have charms everywhere. You can get them on Amazon. They have charms on, you know, they have it at Joann's, Hobby Lobby, I don't know, Walmart, Shein, you know. Anywho, I used this elastic thread. So for my charms on my duffel bag, I actually did not use this thread. I used like some clear plastic um yarn. It wasn't yarn, it's like clear plastic string. But for the sake of this video, I used this string, this like thread. And I actually like the thread better, honestly. But you're going to take the thread and we're going to put knots at the end. I think I did about 2 or 3 knots. I'm kind of showing how I did the knots. You kind of just move it around your finger and then put it through and it makes a knot. I don't really know how to explain this. You kind of just have to look at it. You can slow down the video if I'm going too fast on some parts. If you press the settings button, you can do the playback speed and slow the video down. I take these small beads. Again, everything's from Hobby Lobby. All my charms and stuff, beads, all that is from Hobby Lobby. I take the small bead, I put it through the thread. And what I do is I always take a small bead and I use that as my first bead, and you'll see why. That's gonna act as like the stopper bead. That'll keep all of the rest of your beads from falling off of the string, basically. So I put that on there and then I go back around and I loop the string back through. This is more like you have to like be looking at what I'm doing. Like it's hard to kind of explain. And I'm so sorry. It's hard trying to do this and keep in frame cuz everything is so small and I have to have it kind of close to my face. So I do apologize in advance for how much it kind of goes off screen, but I tried to stay in screen as much as I could. I do this again at the end, and at the end, I'm more on screen. So, yeah. But I do that, but you take this loop and you make like a figure 8. So, see how it kind of forms the 8, and you take the yarn and you feed it through. See the 8? And you pull it, and it makes a knot, and it ties it around the bead. So, again, I do that because it acts as the stopper bead. So whenever I put all the other beads on, they will all stop because of this one bead. Anyways, take the other side of the string, you cut that because the other side of the string had the loop. You cut the loop and then you start feeding the beads on. This part's kind of self-explanatory. You're literally just putting the beads on. Um, I really recommend this thread. It's actually elastic thread, so it has stretch to it. I got this from Actually, I think I got this from Hobby Lobby too. Um, Either that or Walmart. I got it from one of the two. But it's actually an elastic thread, so when you pull on it, it actually like stretches. I actually would recommend this because I actually liked it a lot. It was much easier to work with. Um, Rather than the plastic string that I was using that some people use for jewelry. I use that for all my charms on my bags, but like I said, I do like this better, so I really would recommend this. You could probably do it with regular thread, Um, but I figured the elastic thread, one, I had it laying around already. Two, like if it actually accidentally snagged on something because it does have stretch, I figured it would be harder to break. So keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, this is me doing the bead again. This is my end bead. So we're doing this to end off the charm. You know, obviously if you needed more charms, you would add as many charms as you want. But I just wanted it short because I wanted this on my lip gloss. Plus I wanted this tutorial to not be 80 years long because it's already kind of a bit much. But you're gonna feed the string through the thread, and then again you're gonna take that loop and you're going to make the figure 8. Mine was already doing it, but I was trying to show you how to do it with your hands. It wasn't cooperating. But you're just gonna do the figure 8, and then you're gonna feed the end of the thread through. This is me zooming in so y'all can see more of what I'm doing, because yeah, I knew this would be harder to explain and easier to show. Again, if you need to slow the video down, please do. Please, please, please do. Um, yeah. So you're just gonna take that, make the little figure 8, take the end of your thread, feed it through. You know, struggle a bit like I did. I would highly recommend getting a small thing of like tweezers, kind of like I have. These are like made for jewelry. So I would highly recommend that if you're going to be doing this, because it makes everything so much easier. You don't realize how, and I have small hands, by the way. So if it's hard for me to pick up some of this stuff, then I know it's going to be hard for y'all to pick up this stuff. So I definitely would recommend getting some like jewelry tweezers. But I try to get the ball as close as possible to the other beads. You don't want all that extra space, so you kind of see me kind of pulling it down to get it closer. And once I do that, I pull it all the way. Again, so sorry for kind of getting off the frame, out of the frame. It's really hard to record this. This was my second time recording it, and I was gonna re-record it again, but I keep getting asked for the charm tutorial, and I'm like, I really don't want to have to do it again, because doing the charms kind of hurts my hands because everything is so small. Um, but gonna feed the strings back through again. I like to do it twice. Y'all know me. I like to be very secure in the things that I do, because the last thing I want is for stuff to be undone. You know, if you do it right the first time, you don't gotta do it again, you know. So I feed it back through again, and I'm basically gonna do the little figure 8 thing again, just to make sure it's extra secure. Um, but yeah, once you do it, it's really easy. Um, I think I watched one tutorial on TikTok, because like I said, I had the plastic string, and I know that is harder to work with. So I was confused on how to tie it. So when I used this thread, it was much easier to use, but I tied it the same way I was tying the plastic clear string. Um, so I did it all the same way, but this thread was much easier to work with, like 10 times easier to work with. Oh my gosh, like I can't even explain it. And literally the only reason I was using the thread was because the tutorial, it was going to be hard to see the clear string on camera, which is why I had to re-record this tutorial, because the first time I used the clear string and you couldn't really see what I was doing. Anywho, again, gonna feed the end through the top of the 8, the letter 8, the number 8. You're gonna feed the string through the top of it. Again, I use my little tweezers. They help out tremendously. Tie it around the ball. I kind of just pull and kind of tug at it. You can kind of see when I pull it that it kind of stretches because it is the elastic thread. Oh, I love this thread. I wish I would have used this for my other charms. 10 out of 10 would recommend, honestly. So this is the end. Once you get to the end, what I did was, again, I was doing this for my other clear string. I like to feed it through the entire charms, which you'll see in a second. This I got from Amazon. I will link that below. This, highly would recommend this little kit here. This is to kind of scrunch all the strings together so that they don't, I don't know, so they don't move or something. You like press it together with the pliers. And this is to get the loop at the end of the charm, so that way you can put that little round bit, the little circular part like that we put on the lip gloss at the beginning of the video. You can feed those through basically. So that's the little round part. You'll see, like I said, it's easier to just watch what I'm doing than me trying to explain, because it's kind of hard to explain. Also, for the string, you'll see I keep cutting it so that the ends are blunt. So see I'm cutting it. Not blunt, but sharp, because they keep fraying at the ends from me feeding it into the charms so much. So you'll see me keep cutting it. Eventually, what I ended up doing, was getting some aquaphor and putting it on my little table beside me. And what I would do is dip my finger in the aquaphor, put it on the end of the string. That way it would keep the ends of the thread from fraying. So, it actually worked. So I would highly recommend that. You're going to take this little cylinder part and you're going to feed it through the string like I did. And you're also going to do the same thing for the little half cylinder thing. It has two like holes on the sides. So you're going to feed it through one hole, come back around, and then feed it through the other hole. And you'll see at the end, they like lay flat against the top part, because that top part is flat. Hopefully I'm like making sense. Again, if you need to slow down the video, slow down the video. Go a little slower. You can like zoom in on YouTube. You can use Control Plus if you're on a like laptop or on a desktop or something. You can do Control Plus to zoom in. If you're on your phone, you can use your two fingers to like zoom in, like pinch and zoom in. Just thought I'd say that because not a lot of people know that you can zoom in on YouTube and you can fast forward and you can slow down the video as well. I know when I watch tutorials, I constantly slow down stuff. And I zoom in actually. I use the zoom in option quite a bit. So say you pull it and then it lays flat, and then you just pull it all the way to the end. Again, you don't want all that extra string showing. So you want to pull it as close as possible, but not too close. So you see there's like two cylinders on the side, and then the top is flat, and the string actually lays flat against the top part. And what we're going to do is we're going to feed the thread through all of the like charms. So you're going to feed it through that cylinder right there that I'm touching, and then I'm going to feed it through the beads. Like I'm going to feed it all the way back through, which you'll see right here. Just gonna take those two ends, put it through. And then I bring it all closer towards the charms and stuff. Again, you don't want all that extra thread and string showing. That kind of defeats the purpose. Again, if you need to add more charms and beads, you would add more charms and beads. Mine is just short for the purpose of this video and the fact that I was doing a lip gloss charm. So you're going to take the string and again, you're going to feed it through the beads. I had to do one thread at a time because I couldn't do both of them at the same time. It wasn't working. So I just did one at a time. You know, doing the charms, it does take a little patience, I will say, but it's not hard. again, this is times like where the little tweezers come in handy to pick up the string when I can't use my fingers. So like I said, you can use regular tweezers. You don't have to have tweezers that are made for like jewelry making. You can literally use regular tweezers. That way you don't have to like buy extra stuff. Usually people will have tweezers laying around. So keep that in mind. But you're gonna just pull the strings through. And you can see I was doing it all the way to the bottom. You're gonna do that with both strings. So you take it and you put that one through as well. When I was doing the clear plastic string, I was doing both ends. So the end where we started, I would keep that string long and I would feed it through bottom to top, and then I would take the string at the top and feed that one in top to bottom, and then kind of cut them off. Hopefully that makes sense. But honestly, like I said, I do like the thread better. So if y'all can get a thread instead of the plastic clear string, I would highly, highly recommend getting the thread instead, because it's easier to use and it's easier to see. So just my opinion from someone who has now used both. I didn't actually buy this thread for this. I bought it for a crochet project I was doing, but I never used it because it's actually not the right elastic thread. This thread was way too thin. So I do have this little tool that's made for jewelry, and it's basically like a cramp. Is it clamp? What's the word I'm looking for? It basically like pushes the stuff together. I don't know what you could use to substitute for this. You might could use tweezers, maybe. I don't know. But this is actually like made for jewelry. Actually, it comes in a little kit thing that I got it from. It comes with the kit. But you would basically just press it together, and what it does, it keeps the strings from moving. And it just helps with like extra reinforcement basically. And I do find that it helps. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. It comes in that little kit. If you're planning on making charms and like jewelry and stuff, you'll need the kit anyway. So yeah. Here, when I get to the end, I just tied them. Nobody looks at the bottom of charms really, except for me. But that little bead is so small, it's not really noticeable. I just tied several knots. That way it was extra secure. And then what you'll see is I took some nail glue right after this and put the nail glue on there to extra secure it. I figured since it's string, or thread, I could actually use nail glue. For the plastic like cord string, the clear string, you couldn't use nail glue. I don't think it would actually work. Actually, well, I don't know, would it? I don't think it would work actually. But it did work for this thread. So yeah, this is my nail glue. This is the actual nail glue that I use for my nails. I saw it through the corner of my eye and I said, oh, I should put this on there. Again, really loved it. I put it on both sides just to make sure, because again, you do all that hard work, and if it comes undone, that would just be devastating. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like doing a lot of work and then at the end it just don't come out right. So because I had those two long like strings sticking up, I did not like that. So what I decided to do was smush them down as the glue was drying, and it actually worked. It actually worked. I was very surprised. I wasn't surprised, but I was. So I just did that. I just pressed it down and held it, and I was kind of blowing it with my breath. So I was like, just blowing it. But it worked. So, and I think it looks pretty, I don't know if professional is the word I'm looking for, but it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad, which you'll see at the end when I show what it looks like. So So after that, I take it and I put it on the circular part that I put on the lip gloss. And then I put this little doggy that I got from Hobby Lobby. This kit comes with the little, I don't know what any of these things are called. They're all clamps or something, but this is like a little clamp. The kit comes with that. So I just put that on there as well so that I could hook it onto stuff. You close that. I take my jewelry plier things and then close it. And there you have it. And then I'll show you at the end what it looks like on my bag. But that's what it looks like. So cute. This is the finished bag with the charms. If you were doing a bag charm, you would just do the like knots and stuff on both sides. But since mine was just a lip gloss one, I don't need to do it on both sides. But yeah, this is the finished bag. I hope that y'all like this tutorial. Hopefully it was easy to follow. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all so much for watching. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.